All right, I'm going to call Student Government Association's legislative body meeting to order on April 19th at 3:15 p.m. First is roll call. Vice President Balfour is here. Senator Biagini.
Here.
Graphic designer Kurtai is excused. Chief of Staff Cebulski.
Here.
Treasurer Fell.
Here.
DDE Frank.
Here.
Senator Garabay.
Here.
Recording Secretary Hildebrand. Here. Senator Loris.
Here.
Comms Director Lucero. Here. PPT Mahone is excused. Senator McKinney.
Here.
Senator Ohm.
Here.
Senator Petrovsky.
Here.
President Rangel.
Here.
Senator Roberts is also excused. Senator Sharifi.
Here.
Dewey Smith.
Here.
Senator Stout.
Here.
And Parliamentarian Wright.
Here.
Okay, lovely.
Sorry.
So first we have last week's minutes. What did we do last week? Let's find out. We talked about the Dean's meeting. We talked about transit visibility tabling. We had our Pioneer Community Week event, so we'll hear updates on how that went. We talked about the banquet, as well as It's On Us emergency funding. We started talking about a guide to accessibility. President Pro Tempore Mahone discussed attendance. And our senator of the week was Senator Roberts. Senator Roberts is excused today, but I do know who the senator of the week is, so do not fret. Anything else that we talked about? We heard something about international students frustrated about English-only courses offered on campus, as well as lack of signage and things like that. We talked about inviting them in to come and meet with us, so maybe we will hear updates about that soon, but not this week. They're talking about changing the esports group comm side to be more of a student-run initiative. We talked about some volunteering opportunities for the NFL draft. We discussed PSGS planning, and we clarified some things with the Taylor AI chatbot. Does anyone want to motion to approve these minutes? Senator Petrovsky and Senator McKinney seconds. Lovely. This week, we have a report from our Staff Cebulski as well as DDE Frank about PCW. Dewey Smith has a question for the senators. We want to open up this conversation about the guide to accessibility. We have a town hall on Tuesday. It's very exciting. Oh my gosh, I totally missed it. We have a guest speaker up first, so we will be hearing from them. And then we are going to hear about our final survey count. And we're going to be talking about distributing the PCW materials. So does anyone want to motion to approve? Senator McKinney and Senator Ohm seconds. So first, I'm actually going to turn it over to Christian to introduce Keith Portugal, a senior planner with the City of Pittsburgh in the Department of City Planning. Just HDMI?
Yeah. Awesome. Can you hear us? Oh, yeah.
I think you need to change your settings to be through the HDMI.
That's. Maybe it's good to use. Try that. Where'd it go?
We're good.
Okay, that's good. All right, you're good?
All right.
So,
Hello, everyone. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so this is Keith Portugal. He's with the Pittsburgh Department of City Planning, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about the city's comprehensive plan. So I'll hand it off to them.
Wonderful. Thank you, Christian. Yes, as mentioned, Keith Portugal, Department of City Planning. Thank you for having me, and my sincerest apologies that my colleagues and I were not able to attend your meeting in person today. Originally, a Point Park alumna, Alexis Bonifate, had wanted to co-lead this meeting, but she is the senior secretary for the planning department's director, and she had to reschedule. She has another meeting that she must attend. But again, thank you for accommodating me on such short notice. I wanted to provide a little bit about myself. I am a senior planner. I've been with the city for about 4 years, 3 with the Department of City Planning itself, and 1 with the Office of Management and Budget. My focus with the city is on housing. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but I want to say that I was born in the Philippines, but I was raised in Pittsburgh. I went for undergrad in Boston. I spent some time in New York, but out of Boomerang, I came back to Pittsburgh. I'm not able to see the rest of you, so I'm not sure how many are in the meeting.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. Apologies.
Can you hear me though? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
you're good now. I will move it again.
No, not to worry.
Hopefully you see.
Yeah, I saw everyone. I have a terrible memory, but it seemed like there's about a dozen of you, so that's fine. Is there a way for me to share my screen? Or, yeah, I should be able to, I think. So let me see. Here we go. Great. You're not seeing my floating head, you're seeing this PowerPoint instead. So welcome to the comprehensive plan. We're sorry that it's taken us a year to get to engaging with students. We did start the comp plan last year in 2025 with a kickoff event, and we've been talking with a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of residents. It's just that we took our time getting to this point. But today's agenda should be short. I believe I have 15 minutes or so, or a little bit less. So it's just introductions. We've already done that. Going to go into why comprehensive plan now, the comprehensive plan in you, where we're going. We have a series of meetings that hopefully, if this piques your interest, that you go attend those community meetings and then stay engaged with us. Some technical work to date, things that are like resources, places you can visit to learn more about this, and I'll take any questions at the end. But first, how many of you have heard of the comp plan? Christian, can you count out anyone that's raised their hands or anything?
Heard of a comprehensive plan? About 7 or so of us.
Okay, a little more than half. And how many of you have actually?
7 out
I'm sorry.
it was 7 out of 20 people. So
Oh, 2020. Okay. Oh, okay. Even more than I thought. Great. And how many of you have actually engaged with our comprehensive plan?
well, I'll say myself too. So about 2.
Okay, those are bad numbers. We gotta get those numbers up. But I do want to thank you for engaging with us and also being here. But so the comprehensive plan will be touching on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. All 90 of Pittsburgh's neighborhoods. So what is the comprehensive plan and why is it historic? This is Pittsburgh's first ever plan. It's looking at all the 90 neighborhoods that we have. And in the city's history, we've never done this before. We're not required to. City of Philadelphia is, and other states have their own requirements for comprehensive plans, but Pittsburgh is, growing, and we do want to have this 25-year plan heading out. So it is called the PGH 2050. It's for 2050, how do we want to see the future of Pittsburgh? And I wanted to get an idea of, well, since I'm not looking at everyone, and I guess it would be tough to check into, but I wanted to get an idea of how many neighborhoods you all live in. If you're all downtown, or if you're in some of the other neighborhoods around the city, and also which neighborhoods you spend most of your time visiting. But maybe we can do some of that in the discussion later. I'll kind of run through the other educational stuff. I was going to say boring, but it's not boring. I think it's kind of interesting. But Pittsburgh does have 90 neighborhoods. They all started off as different communities, and they were absorbed into the city at one point. So they still retain some of their unique characteristics. But we want to kind of plan for the future. We want to ensure that we're allocating resources to the correct places, to places that need it, or that places that could benefit from it. So this comprehensive plan, we're hoping it would affect your future in a positive way, and it should outline priority policies across multiple functions of the city government. So even though the comp plan is being led by city planning, and we only have limited powers to land use, and we make recommendations to city council, we are working with other sections of city government and also partners outside of that, such as like the Urban Redevelopment Authority or the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. Also Pittsburgh Water, and a few other things. But we'll be looking into land development and preservation, city services and development, also quality of life issues. We want to document the current and future land use maps so that we can chart our progress. We want to set priorities for operational and capital budgets, and also plan for inclusive growth and fiscal health. That second to last point on operational and capital budgets, if you haven't done so, if it was required by any of your classes or whatever, the city does hold annual budget engagements, so that we go out to the communities, we try to ask what should we put more of our budget into for the coming year. And the comprehensive plan where that fits in would be a way, like a roadmap for future politicians, 10, 15, 25 years from now, to say, hey, this is what Pittsburghers said they wanted, this is the goal, and here's how we get there. Are we actually allocating our resources to those projects that help with things? Like, are we adding more money to our roadways, or are we actually adding money to more bike lanes or multimodal transportation uses? So that's where the comprehensive plan would fit in, where we try to lay the groundwork for the next 25 years and how then it translates into real changes. A little comprehensive plan background, at least for what we've done so far. We started in January of last year. We had what we called, I'm sorry. All right, so we started with a few things where we spoke with the public, gathered baseline information, figured out what some of the issues were that were very pressing to people. Then we came back with some scenarios, and now we're doing an integrated scenario planning here in April and May. We're going to community meetings with new material, and we're asking for input in those community meetings. And the next few slides will show you where those meetings are, and we can discuss that. But it's been an iterative process. We've gone to the public, we've asked for input, we've worked on things and come back, and we're doing it again in the next couple of weeks. We're holding 13 community meetings, and we'll have some future meetings in the summer for additional input, and then we'll try to finalize things at the end of the summer, early fall in August, where we'll have input for the final plan. So right now, you have to mention 13 community meetings. We just finished the first one, which was on Saturday. We have more coming up. Today, actually, there's one in Squirrel Hill, but a little bit more central for Point Park students. There is one in the Hill District on April 16th, and then another one on the 28th, way later in the month, in downtown. This is a cool one, this downtown one, because you can actually come into the city planning offices, or at least 412 Boulevard of the Allies, and we can, you can tour the building a little bit, and we can also go through the comp plan engagement there. But we hope that you attend any of these meetings. This is going to be, our first point of contact for many of you, but we want you to be engaged. We want to talk with you more. And then briefly, some of the technical work to date. These are all things you can find on our website, pgh2050.com. And I can send that as a link as a follow-up, but it should be pretty easy to hopefully remember. We've had several phases. We are on phase 4. As I kind of mentioned earlier, we had some areas where we captured the basics, where we created topic books. Here we have economic opportunity. We also have planning, governance, and civic engagements or housing. These, after some refinement, morphed into a State of a Just Pittsburgh topic books. This is resilient infrastructure, meaningful economic opportunity, attainable neighborhoods of choice. So it is a comprehensive plan. We're covering 20 topic areas. We're trying to connect everything. We're trying to make sure that our proposed policies and solutions and maps address issues that people tell us about and address multiple issues. We had the Summer of Engagement last year, where we worked on vision statements for other communities. And again, right now we're in scenario planning with the idea that in the future, what does our land use look like? What do our policies and implementation looks like? So that's the very rough, very quick intro to the comprehensive plan. But I wanted to open up to questions, or if you wanted me to go over anything further. But while I'm also sharing the screen, I have, here's a better look at the upcoming community meetings, the PGH 2050 website, and then you can register for any of the upcoming meetings we have. I'm sorry, I threw a lot at you in the past 6 minutes or so, but let me know if you have any questions.
So how many of you guys are planning on staying in Pittsburgh for the foreseeable future? Yeah, yeah. What do you guys want to see in Pittsburgh being developed? Senator Petrovsky?
More greenery around the area, especially in downtown and more clustered areas where it's more difficult to find greenery.
Oh, Senator McKinney?
The lanes actually painted on the roads.
Is this anything related to your job? Am I connecting anything here?
Did you get both of those?
I got, one moment. I got the more greenery, especially downtown, and lanes painted on roads, yes. So greenery, especially, that's something that we can help work on. Lanes painted on roads, that's actually a different department, but again, we're the city, we recognize that we're not siloing ourselves, and it is with Department of Mobility and Infrastructure that we work closely with them. So that's something that we'd like to tell them. There are some roads I'd like to note that are not city-owned, but owned by the state. They're by PennDOT, so we would still try to talk with them if those are not painted. But I agree with the greenery, especially downtown. I used to live downtown before my wife and I moved out to Beachview, but we lived downtown. It was a very short commute for me from our apartment to the City County building on Grand Street. It would have been a slightly longer walk to 412 Boulevard of the Allies, but I loved living downtown. I do wish it had more greenery, and I agree with that. It should be a community, right? Like it's you have at the office buildings, you have all of these things at your fingertips. You can go walk across a bridge and be in Southside, walk across another bridge and be in the north side of the stadiums, and it would make for a great community. But not a lot of people live downtown. Hopefully that changes. That's great that Point Park is down there, and there should be more greenery. Totally agree with that. Are there other points of input, or does this seem interesting enough that some of you might give us a little bit of your time, either checking out the website or one of these community meetings coming up?
I have a small question. You mentioned
Of course.
The state and county, I guess. Do they have their own comprehensive plan, the Allegheny County? And if so, do you intersect at all with that?
Those are great questions. Sorry if you were not finished.
Oh, I'm finished.
Okay. The county does have its own comprehensive plan. They started a few months after we did. There are elements, mostly senior leadership, that's talking amongst themselves. But I do know several people within the comp plan, the county comp plan team. So we are, connected in some way. And there should be discussion between both entities to ensure that we're aligned. So yeah.
I know I saw you guys at some kind of festival on the bridge, and you had like an interactive poster where you can put stuff up on and see like what areas you want to improve. I'm not sure if offhand you had that data for like which categories people wanted to see improved. Like what are the top 5 you're seeing so far?
Yeah, I'll admit that I'm very hyper-focused on housing specifically, so generally top 5, I'm unsure, but let me double check here. No, but I can follow up with you on that data. We're working with consultants, they should have that sort of information distilled, and I can get you some numbers if you'd like.
Okay, cool. Well, does anyone, yes?
I know you mentioned that you were hyper-focused on housing. What are some of the biggest concerns you've seen so far, at least in regards to housing?
Good question. I don't know if you've heard, but recently Pittsburgh is now a majority renter city. Also, we have an aging housing stock, not just single-family homes, but also homes that are multifamily. And people are worried that they won't be able to buy a house within the city confines itself. So if I showed you a map of Pittsburgh, what I'm trying to say is we recognize that we're integrated throughout the county, that you go over a Mediterranean line and suddenly you're in another municipality. So housing doesn't always relate to just the city, like everything that happens in the county also affects us and vice versa. But yeah, the issue is that people who want to purchase a home can't find a starter home. People who, and the other side of it is that developers are creating mostly multifamily housing, which means buildings of 3 or more units. So that's commercial housing, that's apartments mostly. And in that way, there's less chance for people to purchase. So that's one of the biggest issues. Another one is displacement. People who have lived in Pittsburgh for a long time saw what happened to East Liberty and some of their fellow community members who were displaced through a lot of that. So they're worried that if there is additional housing in some places, which they know that they want, they don't want to be displaced along with it. We want to ensure that as Pittsburgh grows and as Pittsburgh continues to benefit from new industries and current industries, that they are able to stay here and grow with them. So, yeah, displacement, ability to purchase homes, also the housing stock itself. Again, it's housing that is older. My home is over 100 years old. And some people don't have the money to renovate their homes or to upgrade them, so it falls into disrepair. Other people live in rentals that are single-family homes, and that's falling into disrepair. Maybe the landlords don't have the money to update those. So those are issues as well, because those are issues that affect people's well-being, their quality of life. So those are the top 3, I would say.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, so I'll pose like one last question. What would you like us as SGA to do for our student body, get the word out, try and get them to engage with this comprehensive plan, and how would that mix with our strategic plan for a school?
I did not do my homework, so I'm not sure what your strategic plan entails. But
Maybe come by sometime, I'll chat with you about it.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I would like that. And I could also bring along my colleague, Chuck Alcorn. He's my direct supervisor, but he's also the planner for downtown. So there are, among the, like several dozen of us that are city planning, there are those who are like me, who are topical planners, like who do housing or transportation or a few other things. Then there are those who are geographically based, and Chuck is one of them, and Chuck is the person for downtown. So we certainly want to continue this relationship with Point Park University's FGA. We want to have you engage in the comprehensive plan, but also continue relationship with us beyond the comprehensive plan for your strategic plan, and also for other things. I'm also trying, in terms of the housing needs assessment, there's a 2022 housing needs assessment for Pittsburgh. We're due for an update in 2027. And one thing that's been missing is input from college students, both what your experience has been as a college student in the city, if this is your first time visiting Pittsburgh, or if you grew up near Pittsburgh and you're in the city and you're enjoying it, or what your thoughts are if you plan on staying. Because we obviously want to retain people who come here to, to learn, to train, and if you're going to be in the city, we want your input, and that's for both the comprehensive plan and also for the housing assessment. So again, we want to be here in the future with you. I think in the fall, that would be a good time to, or even before the fall occurs, when you're having your fall semester meetings, that we can join in and talk with you and get some of that additional input.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
I hope that was informational for everyone. And it was great to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well. And I'm sorry, one more thing. If any of you have any professors that you know of that would be interested in, I don't know, maybe we could put together what is the term for it? A focus group. We're doing that with students at Pitt and also at CMU, but we'd like to have, and a few of the high schools as well, but we'd like to have a focus group of, let's say, 12 to 15 students to dive a little bit deeper into the comprehensive plan process. So several avenues. You can just go to the website, fill out a survey. You can go to the website and sign up for one of the community meetings coming up, or we could try putting together a focus group and dive deeper into some questions about the future of Pittsburgh and how you see yourselves in it.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great rest of your week.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Okay, now we're moving to first open floor. So I'll just jump right in here while I'm getting set back up. So does anyone have anything for first open floor today? Any topics of conversation going around campus that we need to talk about? Anything we need to finish up before the school year's over? Any initiatives you guys want to bring back up? Okay, lovely. Moving into executive reports, we are first hearing from Chief of Staff Cebulski.
So, PCW is over, finally. We just have to donate the remainder of our stock, and we should be pretty good with that. On top of that, my one-on-ones have been great. I've missed one, or a few technically, but I've tried. And yeah, that's all I have.
Alright. I'm gonna jump around. DDE, Frank, do you wanna also finish off PCW?
Same exact thing, basically, just minus the part about the one-on-ones. Because that's not my job. PCW is over. It went quite well. We had a decent turnout. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of blankets and kits and a whole bunch of these fun things hanging around that we need to donate to the appropriate recipients.
Yeah. Do you know what count of materials we ended up with?
Well, I know we made, I think we made 20 of the animal care packs.
Yeah.
Obviously, the homeless care kits we ordered, like they came pre-assembled, so however many of those we ordered, we have got a few, like a couple dozen cards, right?
We have 25 cards, maybe a little more.
Almost exactly a couple dozen, like I said in magic. And then Oh, the domestic violence kits, that's on its honest side, but those went over super well. And the Tide blankets, we made a good few of those there, but then the remainder that we had to do, we implored senators to do. Do we still have some left?
I think we have 1, maybe 2 left.
If you would like a fun office hour this week, go to the SGA office and finish off the rest of the Tide blankets that need to be made for us to donate. I think that's about it.
Lovely, thank you both.
Oh,
and a
yeah,
bunch
sorry,
of
one more
rocks.
thing. No, we picked up a bunch of rocks, and we had 1 person register to vote and 1 person sign up to do poll work.
That is true.
Boom. That's great, that's great. Okay, Treasurer Fell, your report?
Yeah, so SGA banquet is this Sunday, so please register for that. You should have gotten an email about it. We ended up moving the location down to the PCRC, so it's gonna be right outside. We'll be sending out an email about that tonight, so be on the lookout for that, and please register so we know how many people are coming. Do you wanna talk about some of the things that we have?
Yeah, SGA Banquet's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have food, we're gonna have a presentation of the archive that the Parliamentarian and Rules Committee have been working so hard on all year. So you're gonna get to see kind of some of the fun things from the archive. You don't have to go scouring through yourself. They're gonna make it a nice little presentation for us to sit and watch. There's gonna be raffle prizes. We've got a bunch of fun raffles to give you guys. We've got superlatives. So you don't know who's gonna win a superlative, so you better be there so you can get your superlatives. I know, so you got RSVP so you can get those. And then we're gonna have a cute little kind of scrapbooking kind of moment at the end. So everyone's gonna get a little thing to take home. So please be there. Lots of food, lots of fun. Little overview of the year. It's gonna be great. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay, next is Parliamentary Hearing.
Speaking of reports, the archive report is officially done. I'm going to probably send it in after it gets a final review from Nat again, after exec. But I'm really excited to present it, but also really nervous. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's going to be a really fun time. You should RSVP to the SGA banquet. You should do that. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
And then Dewey Smith has a question for the room.
Yes, okay, so as you know, right now we're working on I'm calling it the Student Government Association Guide to Accessibility. We do already have a Navigating Campus, a guide for students with disabilities, but this is more student-oriented and not just disability specifically. There's also going to be stuff about mental health in general. Mental health resources and just general off-campus resources that might be helpful. So this leads to my question. What would you guys like to see in this guide to accessibility? We already have stuff about the Office of Accessibility. We can't put a list of accommodations you can get, just you have to ask them and have a conversation with them. Link to the University Counseling Center, important contacts, and plan on adding off-campus resources. So, anyone can think of anything?
If we can't have a list of accommodations, maybe we can have students interviewed with and who willingly tell us what accommodations they've received in the past, perchance.
Yeah, I love that idea. I personally have had accommodations, so I am totally okay with bringing up my experience. So message me on Slack or come up here now if you guys know if you yourself have had accommodations that you're comfortable with sharing, as well as know anyone who is comfortable sharing. We can keep it anonymous too.
Senator McKinney?
I also feel like with those interviews, I feel like those students could also give tips on how to not overwork yourself. Because especially from my personal experience in the past, I've definitely overworked myself to the point where I just can't function. And I feel like tips for newer students, especially who have chronic illnesses and disabilities, would be very helpful. Especially trying to get used to being in college and dealing with that.
All right, thank you. Anyone else have anything they want to add?
I have something. We had a senator who transferred last semester make a like first year students guide to like downtown and like campus and
Yes,
stuff.
oh, that would be awesome.
So if we can locate that, then we can add it to that, and that can be kind of, you know, it's accommodations that are for just everyone, you know.
Yeah, because I want to, this is a resource for, I want this to be a resource for the average student, no matter if you're disabled or not, or, yeah. So yeah,
Like a comprehensive
yes.
guide.
Because sometimes navigating the Point Park website can be a little difficult at times, so at least has all that information in one place.
Maybe like a list of areas on campus or off campus where students with food allergies would be able to get accommodated for, where there are area like gluten-free options and stuff.
Or like a law.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, awesome. All right, thank you, that's all I had.
Okay. Next is Comms Director Lucero.
Okay, so tomorrow is going to be our last town hall. It's going to be in the LH Ballroom again from 4 until 6. We're going to have food there. The first hour is going to run like a normal town hall if you've ever been there, like open floor discussion, that kind of thing. And then the second hour we're going to have some performances by some drag queens. So it should be really fun. You guys should all come if you're available. Some topics we plan to focus on are accessibility and then the best way to like contact students and spread information. And we'll have a few other topics as well, but that's the plan.
Senator Shrevey?
You said what time?
4 to 6,
Where at?
the Lawrence Hall Ballroom.
I'm gonna have a slide you can take a picture of at the end. Senator McKinney?
I also talked to Riley and he said he would wear the Steve costume.
Nice. I mean, it has to be used.
So someone's gonna have to do Dragon of Steve costume is basically what we found out today. Speaking of Riley, President Pro Tempore Mahone is supposed to be reporting next, but he's excused for today. So I have his report. It is that he has 172 as his total survey count.
57. Retelling was 57.
Yeah, and then there were 15 more. 172 is the final survey count. So we're going to be hearing more from him, I'm sure, next week. And if anyone else has anything to chime in, you can report during Senate reports. And then we're moving to committee reports, which is Senator of the Week. We also do not have Senator Roberts here today, but the Senator of the Week is Brianna Stout. So you will get that name plaque either in the SGA office or whenever you see Maggie next. I'm trying to make sure that it gets to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now any reports from senators. Senator Stout?
We finished up the ballroom constitution, and I know we started printing out and organizing all the files for all the other constitutions.
Yeah.
So hopefully finish that up.
Very exciting. Any other reports from senators? All right. Second open floor. Anything for second open floor? Parliamentarian ready?
Question for everyone. How are y'all feeling about the draft next week?
I'm excited. I can't wait to be down here around 70,000 more people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sick.
I thought it was closer to 700,000.
Oh, I'm missing a zero. Even better. Like genuinely, I actually think it's gonna be really.
Guys, check on your SAEM friends, if you have any SAEM friends.
Why?
Because we're gonna be busy, because that is literally just, everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's just peak sports, arts, and entertainment stuff, so yeah, it's gonna be crazy for us.
Secretary Hildebrand? I never call on you.
I know.
I saw it in your face, you're like, kind of to add on to that, I know that they sent out an email talking about volunteering and everything, and they asked if there are any students who wanted to email this person. I don't know if anyone's heard back, but I know I emailed and I never got a yes or a no. So even if the positions were full, I wouldn't know. I know I obviously wasn't picked, but I don't know if anyone else had emailed and asked and gotten anything, or maybe it was just me.
Yeah, anyone?
They just said for the draft, there was a stipend,
Okay.
and it was basically, from what I heard, they were gonna like set up tables, and it was just gonna be like redirecting like people where to go who were coming to downtown for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
So a table that you can come up and be like, where do I go shopping?
Yeah.
It's like, there isn't
There
any.
isn't
nowhere. Go home.
Literally.
On that note, this is more draft specific, I guess. One of our professors here, Linda Calazzi, she owns a business called Women Who Rock. They're opening a temporary pop-up up in downtown at Pike Place. That's 301 5th Avenue. And throughout the week, they're going to have live music, including some Point Park students, like all the Pioneer Stars, I believe all of them are performing. And also, it's free performances. So, yeah, that's my obligatory Women Who Rock plug, because I did intern with them in the past.
All right, anything else for second open floor? Okay, announcements. Town Hall is the ballroom at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Tuesday. Okay. Next week we're gonna be here, 3:15. It's gonna be our second to last meeting. So if you guys have anything that you want to do, let's finish it up next week. The week after that, we actually have a swearing in for anyone who ran for senator during this election. For the fall, you're going to be sworn in for the fall at the end of at the beginning of the 27th meeting, and then it'll actually be led by the president and vice presidential elect that week. So the last meeting of the week will not be led by me. So next week is my last week. So there you go. Meeting is adjourned at 3:57 p.m.